Hey, what's up? It's Jason Yun, LBN, onlinefitness.com, Improvement Warrior Fitness. Making a quick video here. I did this a while ago, but I know it needs an update. So I made prepared my meals for the week, but I've gone paleo since, or primal, or however you want to call it, and it needs an update. So got rid of all the grains, got rid of all the dairy, all that bad anti-nutrients kind of stuff. Got it out of the diet, feeling healthy, looking better, and definitely stronger. But what I'm going to do today, this video, is I'm going to show you how I plan my week now. So how it's different, and I'll link the other video so you can see that as well. So see how I've changed in the few years since I made that last video. Okay. But the first thing I do is I work with the vegetables. Okay. So I got some vegetables here. We got long bok choy. Okay. Asian grocery store, awesome place to get your greens, very reasonably priced and all that good stuff. So we got that. We got regular bok choy here. Okay, so we'll get that ready. And then we got another green here, Zuli Han. Okay, so pretty cool stuff. So $1.59 a pound, pretty awesome. So we'll get that all ready to go. We got cucumbers down here, bacon down there, and I'll just show you everything that we do. Okay, celery's in there, we'll get that out later. Mushrooms in there. Alright, so let's get these vegetables all divvied up and ready to go. Alright, so the first thing I do, obviously, is I wash all the vegetables, and then I get my juicing tubs ready. So these are the tubs that I will use. So everything that goes in here I will be juicing later with my Breville juicer over there. So cucumbers are here, celery will also go in here, and then we'll take a couple bok choys, 3 of those. We'll take the long, put those in there, and usually I just take, of the Chinese vegetables, I usually take 1 or 2 stalks, put them in. I'll use 1 cucumber usually as my base. Or if it's a particularly big cucumber, I'll usually break it in half. So these 2 I'll probably break in half. And then I usually put in a couple stalks of celery as well. Okay. In there. And then I add the celery, and then that's it. That goes in the fridge, and that's my juicing for usually 3 or 4 days. And then I'll refill it towards the end of the week. But then the next step, I will get to that once I'm ready. Alright, so I got the celery in there. One thing that I do with the juicing is I try to stick with 90-95% of my vegetables coming from green sources. I will throw in ginger, so like a quarter inch sliver of ginger. And then I will usually, so my ginger's right there, I'll usually spice or sweeten it up with lemon or lime, or if I don't have any, I have my organic lemon juice, and I'll just pour a couple ounces in there afterwards. So that way I have the least amount of carb impact, and I get the most vitamins and minerals from my juicing. Okay, but I'll get to the next step for you. Alright, next step is usually hard boiling some eggs. So I will make a dozen eggs, and I'll usually do this twice throughout the week, depending on how many I need and where I will be during the week. So put that on. I usually boil it for 20 minutes and then let them sit for a few more minutes. But how long you boil will depend on your stove and everything. And I'm usually cooking meat at this time, but I'm making lunch right now, so I'm making some eggs. Usually I will cook my meat, but I will get to that later this time. So let's get to the next step of chopping up the vegetables for the week. Alright, so the next step is chopping up the vegetables. for stir fry and also to add as toppings to my eggs and everything. So I won't chop everything up. I'll usually leave a couple left over so I can still juice those at the end of the week. So regular bok choy is chopped. Add that in there. Alright. And we'll go with the long bok choy. Okay, time for the Zuli Han. Just a few of these. Okay, so I got that. Got one of these. I'll make another one of these. These will be used as vegetable stir fry, toppings on my eggs, and also for salads and stuff. Okay, so I'll make two of those, and then we'll get to the onions and mushrooms. Alright, next step is cutting up the onions. Usually cut up 2 onions and then put it in my little trusty onion container. So, and then these onions will go on my eggs and also in salads and stir fries as well. So, okay, so the onions are done and they're in their little containers. And I just use the tomato container because it's winter. Tomatoes aren't in season. And then the eggs also done. So I'll take those, just put them in a little bowl here, and then put them in the fridge. Let's see what the last thing we do. I still got to make the meat, but I'll put these in containers. Alright, so the next aspect I do is pan meat. And yes, that is liver. So liver is something I just started, so it is one of the healthiest meats that you can eat. I don't have time to go into it, but just Google it. You'll see all the vitamins and minerals and all that good stuff. So it does take a little while to get used to, and that's why I cook it first and then eat it later, because I think it tastes a little better. And I always use mustard to fix it with. But I'll cook this up and partition it out equally throughout the week. And I'll show you the next step after that. There's still one more major thing that I do to plan my week. And I'll show you that later. That's cooking up nicely. 7 pieces of liver for 7 days. Alright, so we're almost done here. So we got all the eggs all ready and to go. We got the onions in their little containers. We got the juicing containers here. We got the chopped up Chinese vegetables and yeah, the bok choy and the Zuli Han. We got that. We got the liver all cooked up here, and we got our eggs there. Okay, and then we got the other vegetables here. So whatever was left over, we put that in there. We'll save that for later. But we're almost done. So last thing we're doing is we're making our bone broth. Okay. So over here, got the crock pot, got the bones. So you just take water, fill up your crock pot. You want to do it with filtered water. None of that tap or anything. Got too many chemicals and stuff. And then you take your bones. So I get my bones from the same Asian grocery store. So pork bones. Hey! So 2 pounds, $1.29 a pound, $2.58 for pork bones. And this will make 2. Actually, no. This will just make 1. I usually get enough bones to make 2, but obviously I didn't get enough. So I'll show you how to do this and the benefits and all that stuff, and then we'll be finished here. Okay, so we added apple cider vinegar, 3 capfuls of it, and that actually acidicness of the vinegar helps pull more minerals out of the bones. So that's the main benefit of the bone broth, is basically just like a giant mineral broth, and it's pretty good. My wife is currently pregnant, and it's very good for pregnant ladies, so I make her drink it all the time. She doesn't like it too much, but I do. Super baby. Okay. Alright, and the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add is some spices here. So I just usually add some garlic powder. Okay. And I'll just give it some flavoring. And I'll add some iodized sea salt. Okay. And then the final thing I add is carrots and celery. And carrots just give it more flavor, as well as the celery. So usually I just do 1 stalk of celery and about 12 or 15 carrots. Alright, so there you go. That is the bone broth. So there you go. That's the bone broth. My version of it. So just put the lid on it, cook it on low, and let it cook for 24 hours. So they say anywhere from 18 to 30 hours should be fine. And I'll show you the final product on that. So it'll be 10 p.m. tomorrow night when the bone broth is done. So I'll show you that tomorrow night, and that's pretty much it for how I plan my week and everything. So that's pretty much it for how I plan my meals and everything. Yeah, so I used to just do it basically the day before, and so the night before I would just plan out my meals, make my meals, and everything I was going to eat the next day, and then go that way. This way it's a lot easier for me. It just takes a little more time on a certain day, but everything's done for 3 or 4 or 5 days. So I think the saying is if you plan to fail, you're planning. If you fail to plan, you're failing. Damn. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. There you go. So that's the saying, but with nutrition, it's very, very more important than most other areas, because nutrition can affect all areas of your life. So if you're eating crappy nutrition, then that's going to affect your mindset, which will affect your emotions, which will affect your thoughts, which will affect your actions. Okay, and if you're eating crappy food all the time, then your actions are not going to be the best, and they're not going to be positive, and they're not going to create the improvement warrior, create the strongest version of you. So that's why I do this, and I suggest you figure out something that will work for you. You can steal things from me. I've taken things from other people that I've learned from and used what was useful to me, discarded what was not, and made it my own. So yeah, that's how you got to do it. So let me know what you thought of the video, and I'll be back. I'll finish off the bone broth tomorrow night, show you how that turned out. But don't forget to subscribe. We got a lot more videos. If you do have a question, you can leave a YouTube comment, or if you're on the blog, just leave a comment down below, and I will answer it as quickly as I can. Well, otherwise, also I forgot to add the other day that I didn't do this consecutively, so the cutting up the vegetables, I did the first part, and then a couple hours later I did the liver, and then later at night I did the bone broth. So it doesn't have to be all in one. You can break it up into different sections, whatever works best for you. Main thing is just to do it. Okay? Just like Nike says, just do it. Alright? Eventually it becomes a habit, and becomes a good habit. So nutrition and your body and your health is something that's going to help you live the rest of your life, and if you aren't prepared, it's not going to be a good life. So you got to remember that nutrition is going to help you live your life to the fullest, help you become the improvement warrior, help you become the strongest version of you. Okay? That's all I got to say. Alright, so the bone broth finished last night. I didn't get a chance to shoot the video or enjoy any of it, so got a cup this morning. I did a cleanse day yesterday, so no food or anything like that, but there it is. So it smells really, really good, and I'll be enjoying it. Got to cool down, so once it's out of the crock pot, it's going to be really, really hot. Alright, so just be aware of that. And then we'll probably leave this in here for another 6 hours or so on warm, and then we'll just transfer it into some Tupperware. Once you do transfer it over to the Tupperware, on the top it will be like a white substance, and that's kind of like a tallow. So you can take that white substance and just store it in another Tupperware, and you can cook with that. Adds some wonderful flavor to your cooking, so it's pretty cool. But otherwise, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you. Have a great day. Stay strong. Stay positive. Be the improvement warrior. Would you like to say anything, monkey? Would you like to say goodbye to the people? Where are you going?